Hello. Well, after further ado, seeing how everybody responded to that first round of messiness, was fairly all right. Good enough to at least keep doing it for now. Maybe incorporate some other things, but uh, but getting back to the original point or what started me doing this is getting some information out on the monetization side of if you anybody else who wants to do this, which like I said before, I encourage everybody to do for multiple reasons. First and foremost, mainly being a reflection tool to build yourself, but it's realistically, after thinking about it a little bit, the only way that someone in a position like myself, as far as not having any investable money or realistic shot there too of having anything, is the only way to invest your time slash anything into anything really, and for it to possibly lead to something and or something that can be put into as far as your time and your efforts with consistency over a long enough course of time will pay off no matter what. It's if you're consistent and you put enough out there that you're gonna there's enough people in the world that you're gonna line up with somebody and they're gonna find you and you guys are gonna you can at least get enough support out of other people that are like you and that like you eventually at even the slowest of slowest rates that at some point in time of just doing little pieces but doing it often enough and with the same tone and with the same uh, red or tone or whatever you are focus, I guess, niche or whatever they call that, niche. I don't even know, but like I said, you'll get enough support to where it'll at least help, I guess. Uh, so part of that other video was how he the different stages that he. I don't know if anybody went and watched that link that I put on there, but one of the things he did was go through the little phase there of starting off just posting one day, or one video a day, and I did this the exact same thing. Is why it kind of struck me, and anybody who's been watching me see my how often I post, right? All the sporadicness of anything that I've done up to this point has been not baiting or but gauging, kind of a test phase. Me putting stuff out there, uh, testing the waters, seeing what gets what attention, uh, the highs and low times, what they tell me because they give you all these schematics and numbers of when people are on, what gender, right down to what country. But I don't trust anybody, so I always that kind of okay. That's nice that you tell me that, but just because of your other antics, Facebook and other ones, uh, sorry if I don't trust you. You're gonna charge me $1 to verify my verify my badge or whatever. Whenever I produce content that gets 50,000 people to watch it for how many hundreds of hours now? Uh, that you pitched how many ads to? Just myself, which is little bitty. I mean, that's that's petty, dude. Soak that up for us. Especially first and foremost, anybody who creates content that over a certain amount, that sort of stuff should be the first thing way you pay people. I mean, it's just kind of common sense. But but rather you're trying to make money off them. So I don't know if that's a intentional mechanism to, like I said before in my last one, to weed people out, or if that's just a crappy, ethical, rotten, greedy, gotta have every last penny tactic. I really don't know, and it's something that I want to ask the owners of each one of these companies, and I will. That's one of my main last missions is to have a sit down with every one of them, and I will get enough people to align with these things to build big enough to do the things that I said in the manner that I said because that's what I'm here for. The more I do it, the more it becomes true. The more people see it, the more it becomes true. The more people see it, the more it becomes true. any of you that align with any of this that I say, at least just hit the like button, follow me, and chime in. I want to hear from you. Let's do this with me. We have 4 little boxes here. Have a conversation. Bring these things up. Give me ideas. Something to build on. Something to be like I said before. Break check. Whatever. Camaraderie has no price tag. Um, but just lining out a little bit of the uh, just to give an idea of what's to come as far as with the or the how often to post and everything. He started off doing it once a day. He's seen that started getting some pretty good views. Uh, so he thought, well, that did good at 1 a day, maybe 2 a day is going to be obviously better. So he did that and found out quick that it kind of starts working back against you. You cross the threshold there real quick of posting too much. So definitely like more than 1 a day on each platform you don't want to do. That's my opinion, or that's my what I've experienced just as much. Um, I do post more than that a lot of times, but that's because I wasn't going for viewers. I've been using this more as a archive slash way of just cataloging every day my work or what I do or making myself do a piece of work, holding myself to it as a catalog date come next year. That was my first original idea, was because I got, you get those notifications of last year. They send you a picture of 10 years ago, and you see them pictures. You're like, oh man, I haven't seen that in me or whoever the picture is of in that many years. And it's kind of nice or cool. Everybody likes that little reminder, seeing those old things. But got me thinking as far as just on the year timeline. Sneeze. Sorry. Um, but the just thinking of the year mark, I think there's even a setting you could probably set it up to where it reminds you for sure that what a year ago was, what you did, or what if you posted anything. And because there's been quite a few times that I've posted just back in the meme posting days. The old memes still pop up on my timeline from way back then, and kind of get a kick out of how much things have changed on social media, and the way of what goes through our feed has entirely 100% changed, and now it's just all AI. I mean, it's almost driven me away from it, and that's another one of my missions is either driving a wedge in, reel from that, and beginning the group of that, and spearheading it if I have to. But figuring out something as far as because the collision of the two, uh, it just melding together, that's a no go. I'm sorry. Call me old fashioned, call me whatever. But real life and this that you see, machines, you transhumanists, whoever, if you've never heard that word, Google it. Make that your mission for the day. Read about it because it's what we're living today. What controls the world? Who's in charge? Who has all the money? Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos, all these owners of these companies. They are all transhumanists. They want to turn us into computers. That may sound wacky, batty. Like I said, Google it. Uh, Transhumanism. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about it, but there's a lot of reality to it too. Just what it is, who's doing it, what their motives are, openly to the public. They'll say it openly, and they'll tell you why. And it's something that we did for since the beginning of time. That's preserving. It's like the fountain of youth to them. It's what they realistically see as making themselves immortal. It's their route to that. And some roundabout way, getting to Mars is going to accomplish this. Um, don't know exactly how that all ties together or whatever, and I don't really care to, honestly, because I'm like I said before, I work for the old man upstairs, 110% till the day I probably get put in the dirt for it because of these reasons. Probably I have why so many already have. Um, catch my breath. And I'm not trying to destroy that or do what they do whatever they want as far as you go be you. That's the beautiful thing about our time here is that that's our God-given right is to have a piece of time or have a fair piece of this earth and what's on it and what God gives us on it in a capacity to where it's not squandered slash manipulated by what he created and can't control that by in that means, so to speak, or something. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but he does. As far as I think those rich people are just digging their own graves and in their own miserable hell in some way, shape, or form. And we, as the middle class or lower class people, kind of mislabel that or misconceive that to be happiness and to be bliss and to be what we want. Um, or that's what is best or is great or whatever. But a lot of people put a lot. I mean, because it takes a lot of effort and you have to be good at something or put yourself into something or pay for school to get a job that's worth or that pays good bills and so you can drive a better car or has good cars as everybody else and wear better crap than this. Um, it makes person really rotten and really brings out the like we all know. But we all still strive for it. Look at me. Why am I sitting here today doing this for money? Is what it is. Uh, it's also the driving force though of man. Without that sort of incentive or need or push, that we would all become lazy slums in caves, sticks up places that they aren't supposed to go, and you know we probably already be extinct. Uh, wrangle my thoughts real quick, getting off on tangent. Yeah. So, like I said, they can do whatever they want, but they need not be taking our rights and are taken away from us as far as what we have right to, and that's being humans. I want to be a human so the day I die, and I don't want to have to worry about being chased down by running robots that are smarter than I am. And I thought we all thought was a joke, literally 20 years ago. We watched his movies and we all laughed about and we all made jokes about and we still are just making jokes about. But it's very real, dude. It's very real. I've been blowing this whistle for a minute, and if you will look back at the things I've written and some of the things and whatever, 6 months or better, I've seen this on and these bots and these accounts that are just there to get clicks, and now they're as AI learns, they have created these accounts that are just there to get clicks, and in the group, if you're in any groups or whatever, you see it or they come across your feed and they're rage bait, they tactics. I mean, they literally are throwing out questions and throwing out uh, straight stories sometimes. It's getting quickly developing into something that I can see that I no end to, or a scary one, at least. So I don't know if any of you have engaged with any of the AI chatbots or whatever, but the way that they learn, it's you can kind of see how it works, and to some extent, at least I can, and uh, I can see it in the bots as far as I mean, I started noticing in some of these groups that I'm in with 400,000 or 500,000 people in them. Uh, people just it's I mean, just like people, the old the old folks that give your fortunes away to the people on the phone, or you go down to the Bitcoin boxes and seen it on the news. I don't know how many times now, elderly folks putting 20, 30, $40,000 in those Bitcoin machines on the phone with some scammer, not knowing any better because they just don't know. And that's like the wrongest kind of wrong. I mean, I know what countries these people are in. I've did enough research and I've did enough back or follow up on it. I'm tracking these people down to where I mean that's gonna come one of the stories that I plan to tell is in one of these groups uh, that I post my music and stuff in. Um, someone followed me, sent me a private message about wanting me to do some guitar behind some tracks of theirs, and I was like, okay. Didn't even wasn't even worried about what I was gonna get paid. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Kind of made me feel good as far as I'm not sucking it up that bad or whatever. Uh, which was a blow tactic, but for myself, getting my hopes up. Should have knew better, but I'll tell you more about that later. But it ended up turning into somebody a fake account to where like I didn't figure it out to the very last second and uh, had to lie about putting a spell in voodoo on them because they're from Nigeria and they believe that stuff like wholeheartedly. So if you think that you're getting scammed or do you think that somebody's one of these accounts, most likely they are. And start talking some babbly nonsense like that and act like you're doing witchcraft on them, and they'll immediately snap out of it and be asking you and be like, "Oh, yeah." Like I said, I'll show you the conversation maybe, but yeah, we gotta be really careful as far as the information, what we're trusting. I mean, especially my people my age or older. I mean, real susceptible to being taken advantage of as far as these scammers and misidentity. And like touched on a little bit already, as far as that's one of my main goals with all this is because they're not going to do it. These big companies and Facebook, all these, they're not going to do it on their own hand. Obviously, you can see just like why it's always a lawsuit settlement. They wait for the problem to be called and called through authority of the courts, which takes years, well past the point of the problem's already changed, let alone getting compensation in appropriate direction in appropriate amounts. It's just that's just all it's really it's all bullshit. I mean, it's all a big just pile of bullshit. The whole system. I'm sorry. Not trying to hate on our government or anything, but those sorts of things with the dealing with the mega rich, it is. It is. It's all corrupt and it's all stuff we don't see, we don't know about because we're either not intelligent enough, not schooled enough, whatever the reason. But it's out of our vision and it's affecting us very much. And it's got to change. And first and foremost, things that we use every day that we depend on, so to speak. I'm sorry, it's maybe not something anybody wants to admit, but we depend on things like this. It's what gets us through our day. The only thing it's like TV, it's the only thing that we have to divide ourselves from this life, get a little separation, see a little bit of the rest of the world. And like I said in my last video, the only type of camaraderie that's kind of left, even though we don't, it's not a personal uh, conversation even live, like even on the phone we can't do anymore, but we can do kind of this, leave postmarks, thoughts, and that other people can chime in later when they come across it or something. I don't know. So I kind of lump, and that's why they're kind of getting lumped in with my cause of human rights and what's every all of us deserve or uh, is a human right, a God-given right, I should say. Things that He gave us to bore us into this world to we should all have it, and it not be lesser for some and easier for than to get for others or provided whatever. Like I said before, water being one of the big ones that everybody's on that kind of. Not really. I don't know a whole lot of the rest of the world or whatever, but I know there's probably more work that needs done on that. Uh, but each platform that I go live on or post on will get their own little uh, instructions, I guess, at first, because it's going to be an outline and an advisement as far as what we as people that use these things and depend on them want changed, and it need see we all across the board 100%. This is these things need to change, um, and that's why the more people that get involved, spread the ideas, the better ideas we can come up with, and a more direct path to that, and quicker. Uh, but for you, Mr. Zuckerberg, the verification badges first and foremost, and because you're so big, it's going to be one of the bigger tasks, uh, maybe financially, but you got it. Is because you probably already do got it, but you should definitely stop charging for it and make it almost take that over even for the states, whatever. But that should be one of you guys' social media's responsibilities is identification. Getting there should be not one of your accounts that you should have to. This should be part of your making an account process and your daily login process. To log into use your platform, you have to check your identity through means and technology that you have, and definitely not charge your users for using it. You get obviously, like I said, $550 million a day profit. Do something with it. Um, just that little task right there, probably like I said, is just a button push or a commit or something you tell somebody, make it happen, dude. For reals. Um, still not smoking. Uh, did have to make a bulletin list. Started off the first time once and made it through 30 seconds to forget what I was thinking. Excuse me. Um, I do want to say I'm thankful for what I do have uh, and what I have been given in this life. That I'm still breathing air. Uh, I want to thank anybody who watches, who does join or follows, whatever. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Um, we'll appreciate your input or comments or anything that's on anybody's mind. Let's talk sometime. Uh, a lot of people out there I wish would call me, uh, but not necessarily to talk about certain things. Mom, I'm just kidding. I love you. uh, yeah, so I'll be checking in at least 3 times a week, like this, probably for just about as long. I don't know if I cut it down a little bit and maybe block it in the sections. I've had a couple of opinions on that. The guy's video that I've been referring to, uh, he seemed to think, and his theory and what he's had success with was the type of viewer that you get that is apt to watch a longer um, video like this with content that's actually got sustenance to it, is the type of viewer that you want rather than your swipers. Yeah, those rack up the views, which I've experienced. They said I've got over probably almost 180,000 now, and it's growing quickly. Now, as far as it's taken 8 months, but it's still not a whole lot. But and so uh, as far as like will work for the swipers or that field of people, I know they obviously ain't gonna make it to this point, but the ones that have those under there, they're running around them right now, and tucked in their bedrooms and or over on the couch. Take their phone from them real quick and tell them what I just said, uh, and then encourage them. Say your homework for tomorrow or for the next week. Give at least everything you see in life, but at very least, what comes across when you're going through your reels or you're swiping, 10 seconds, 10-second rules. You guys out there that are doing dating services or trying to find girls, or girls that are the other way, give something at least 10 seconds. At least 10 seconds. Everything in life has got to be thought about for at least 10 seconds. Or what are you doing? We all think fast and have flash memories and stuff or whatever, but you really? I mean, what are you doing? I find myself doing it a lot. I'm like, it's like I have no control over it because your brain gets in a method there that you can kind of see, oh, that's crap, 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 because that's how much crap's out there, crap, 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 crap. But so I guess the point might be moot. I don't know, but 10 seconds isn't asking a whole lot because there is a lot of things that get missed because with that attitude or that mentality or that way of going about it, and a good way to weed out that not happening, missing stuff that is like will have merit to it or is stuff that we need to hear or is worth hearing. Um, 10 seconds you can verify that or you can pretty much see that in 10 seconds, but not if you're just chucking them like fitties. Uh, for everybody, as far as whoever you can give thanks to. Obviously, kids give thanks to their parents for doing something, whatever they did, or anybody that does anything to you. But say thanks to at least one person today, even if they didn't do anything for you. Find a reason to seek it out. Literally, it's an assignment to find one person to say thank you to. Husbands, if you haven't given your wife at least 5 minutes of your attention, stop what you're doing right now. I don't give a shit what it's about. Unless you're doing brain surgery, stop it right now. Go talk to her for 5 minutes. I guarantee there's a buckload out there that haven't. You're welcome, ladies. Just the same amount? Not sure exactly. Maybe I'll get a little bit of popular opinion, but everything's gotta be equal. So if he does do that for you, do something special for him. Which I know you girls are awesome about. When you get what you want, you shower it back tenfold usually. So guys, it's really on you. Uh, one of the last things, as far as I'm gonna give my heart out to the kids that got murdered down there. Uh, it's one of the most horrible things I've heard about in some time. Their families prepare themselves any fashion that they can, and yeah, not too much to be said about that. But say it all in the name of Jesus. Love every one of you. Till next time. And I'll spend every day doing this. I'll provide next time because I started a GoFundMe called the Union of Citizens. You can check it out. It's on GoFundMe. Um, I'm not asking for money. Don't need money yet. As far as it, obviously make it quicker and nice, but that's later to come. I just want membership. I just want people to climb aboard, get these things being talked about, get people that are in the same boats, in the same bigger boats, and start making some plans turn to action. And that's first and foremost. That's holding these companies, these, like I said, holding them accountable to do with their rich is what is right. And the only people that can do that is us by banding together. And I don't care if I have to do this every day for the rest of my days, and I only get one follower a day. And but for after 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, I'll have enough people, and I'll have that power, or we will have that power to demand these things. That it's not like we're being greedy like they are. No, like I said, there's a certain amount of things, but we don't have no leverage. We have no leverage individually. We must band together. And how many history books have we all read? We know this, but we're not doing it with these people that are the modern day tyrants. Like we ran away from Britain or whatever, and that whole it's happened how many times throughout the course of history? Because that's what mega rich does, and that's why it's up to us, and we need to do it now before it turns into civil war, or it turns into people dying, because we're real close to that. It's getting scary close to that, and then with this whole robot becoming part of the equation, that's the whole other worry, sort of realistic thing that we have to keep in the back of our minds and start doing something about it and not be expecting them to do it because they're not going to. So it's up to each one of us to band together to start putting these things up on the board to be talked about and something to be hold these people accountable because it's not going to be the courts that do it. It's not going to be them that do it. It's always going to be an after fact. Whenever they know the potential and the damage that they're doing, but they just let it go on for, I guess, to dig their own graves in hell because that's all you're doing. People by act, you greedy bastards that are doing this. You think that you're getting away with something, but you're not. You think that making yourself as a robot, you're gonna get out of it. The cruel just rule that you're gonna wake up to someday is reality of being a man. Period. Doesn't get no brass tacks. Fly all your ships out to wherever you want to, bro. It's moot. It's boo. So much other stuff here you need to be doing. Come on.